so
Good
much.
luck.
It was awesome meeting you.
Okay.
So you're gonna go through the bowels of our office here. I just gotta grab my coat and my purse.
So now you had always been doing this. So when you came on full time, did you have to was there a certain certificate you needed, or were you already?
Well, I had already gotten my
You're already fully licensed.
I got my license in 2000, and then in 08 is when I left Channel 7.
So
I was already ready to go.
Right.
We used to own all the people had to come to us to learn about the homes.
Sure.
Well, then, sites like Zillow came out,
Right.
and they've just commandeered the industry, and we have to pay them for leads on our own listings.
I didn't know that. You do?
Oh yeah.
What?
Yeah, all the advertising.
So that's where they're getting.
Hi, how are you, hon? Good.
So that's where they're getting a cut. Then.
Yeah,
They're getting huge amounts of money.
Jeep. Yeah.
Awesome. So how did you get involved with broadcasting, and what was the interest?
Well, in high school, I did the announcements on the PA system for the school, and I always loved Jane Pauley, and I thought I'd replace her.
Yeah, but you have an awesome personality.
Thank you.
And it's you can always just know when somebody's just present.
Yep. And then I went to Ithaca College for communications, and got into radio, television.
But you didn't? Did you? That your goal was to stay local? In other.
I don't know. It's so funny. It's like you coulda, shoulda, woulda, and I loved Buffalo. And I was working in Buffalo when it was in its down days. Yep. I wish I was there now.
I know, right?
In its resurgence.
Now, when you got into radio, was that your first gig?
That was my first gig. Out of college, I was trying to get into television. I was sending out 3/4-inch tapes everywhere back in the day.
Sure.
From my mom and dad's dining room table, and I never got anywhere. And then I got a job in radio in Niagara Falls, and there's no money in it. People think it's so glamorous, and you're making tons of money.
Everybody thinks I make a very, very, very marginal income.
Yeah.
And I'm happy though.
Right.
But it's not. I don't know. I just had this conversation yesterday, and people think that you have money. And you're like, look, there's no money in local TV.
No.
At all.
Not at all.
But it's because you have to love what you do.
You do.
Square it up and you're good. So if you ever go, because there's this whole hubbub about Southern Vermont, right? Everybody, this is only my second day here. I can't really see much of a difference.
Really?
Yeah. This town.
We don't have the vertical, as they say.
Right.
But it's
But
still
Southern Vermont's slopey.
Is it?
Yeah, so it's low like this. That's why I
okay.
reference that. And so if you go up to Stowe, it doesn't have that type of the vertical, you call it. But when you get down south, it's totally like this. And it's just gorgeous. But I am really taken back by the town and by the geographic location. And I'm glad I waited, to tell you the truth.
Good.
Oh, your mom's got a nice little setup.
Yes.
What a cool neighborhood, actually. And so this was probably built in the 90s.
Some of them are late 90s. My mom's.
The market itself to get into Ellicottville, into the town, has got to be tough.
To buy?
Yeah.
Well, there's something for everybody. There's anything from, an $80,000 studio unit townhouse to, $150,000 two-bedroom townhouse,
right,
to $300,000-$400,000 townhouses, and then single-family homes, all in the different price range you can think of.
Wow. So it is open.
Yes.
It's not because I just casually, when I mention it to people, it's the two things you hear is, oh, that place is amazing, but it's impossible to get into.
No, it's
not.
No, not at all. There's something for every budget.
And is there, obviously, right now, we're still peak season purchasing-wise, or what your busy season would be like anything else?
Well, we're busy all the time, because we talk about how people are preparing for the ski season right now. If they bought today, they could close in time and be in for the ski season.
Wow.
But then there are people that don't catch the bug until it's in ski season. Say they're renting here,
Right.
and then they buy then.
They do. So you can. It is like you said.
can
It's
never
open.
predict.
Okay.
You can never predict.
And that's why you guys have to be 7 days a week.
Yep.
Because the walk-in's got to be. This is a rare thing, right?
We are so rare in real estate. You'll find real estate offices in Buffalo that are closed on the weekends.
Well, the assumption is that they are.
And we're open 7 days a week. We have walk-ins every day, calls every day.
And it's just a matter of, you know what I loved that you guys talked about, and I know this from my own personal 4-year journey trying to buy a home. Inevitably, like what we initially wanted changed. Because of really awesome realtors teaching us like why we wouldn't want that.
Right.
And listening and trusting them.
And then looking at your inner self and knowing what you would like.
Right.
And then finding the perfect spot.
Well, because the one thing you shouldn't do is pull the trigger.
Right away.
You shouldn't run on, I mean, you have to run on your gut.
Yep.
Like we were talking, you should know when you walk into a building, like, this is my place.
Right.
And that does happen, but generally.
But a problem that we have is we end up working with buyers sometimes for years before they pull the trigger.
Oh no! Did you ever see? Do you watch Modern Family?
Yes.
Did you see the episode this year?
know.
Oh my God! I should send you the link. What's that?
That's Hollymont. That's a ski lift at Hollymont. So this road here is called Greer Hill Drive or $1 Million Alley. Yep.
And Ellicottville never went through that though, did it?
Nope.
So do you know what was Ellicottville's main industry from the start?
Lumber. There still is a lumber company in town. Then there was a factory that made lockers, but it's gone. Cutlery. There was a cutlery maker.
So it had some good industry here. A good practical industry.
Yep.
So you're getting good wage jobs.
Yep.
Wow, this is getting awesome. So now we're so Holiday Valley. When did that kind of? Because that really had a component.
That Holiday Valley's been here. Since the late 50s, 60s.
And that's in the 90s. That's what everybody, for me, would talk about.
Yep.
And that was kind of a catalyst though for the town.
Correct. Yes.
So you had this industry here for a long time, but as the industry left, you had this overlay of Holiday Valley and tourism.
And Holiday Valley, to their credit, they're always thinking of the next new thing or reinvesting back into the resort, right? So they've got the two latest things are a few years old, but they have the Sky High Mountain Park, the rope climbing, and the mountain coaster. So those are awesome.
Now, is that still family run, owned and operated?
Yeah.
So how far are we? Half mile tops?
Half mile, yeah.
So nothing.
Really. Yep.
Wow. Oh, these are fantastic. And how much are these one style, pretty much?
No, what's nice is that you can get any different floor plan you want in here.
Oh, it's customized.
Yep.
It's sidewalked.
And it's sidewalked.
Big deal.
Yes.
Big deal. So we're not walking on the road.
Right.
So are we in the village proper still?
Not here. The village line is up here.
Oh, that's awesome. For Texas.
Yep.
Yeah. So.
Yep.
Because I mean, are you inside or out?
I'm just outside.
Well, that's also very smart.
Yeah. So there's if you're in the village, you got another layer of taxes. You got a village tax.
Yeah. But and this is what happened to me. I was like, you know what? All right.
Yep.
Because you just want to live in the village, right?
Yep.
But outside, if you could I couldn't find anything because that was our goal, was to get right outside. You don't want to get double.
This was just a desolate area, nothing going on. And then we got a developer who is developing the left side into single-family home lots.
Oh, see, but this is
and these are all new, and
it.
You can see the slopes. And then we got this guy over here who's done these townhouses, and they're gonna keep going down the road.
So here's what I love. I don't know if it's the town, but whoever is making sure that these look awesome.
Yeah.
We
do have an architectural review board.
It's really important. Like when I was a kid, because you don't know anything when you're a kid, and you'd hear about that, you're like, that's not right. It is completely right.
It is.
I've seen now what happens when you let people up to their own devices, especially if it's about money and real estate.
Yep.
Because they're just gonna, hardly ever will they worry about that. They're just gonna get them slopped in there.
Yep.
Done and out and sold.
And
these are private.
These are private, and quite a few of them are permanent residents.
Well, so what's beautiful about this plot here is this, what else would this be? So
Right.
it's awesome.
Yep.
Perfect for it.
Yep.
And again, it's just outside of the village.
Right. Well, the village kind of ends right here.
It does.
Yeah.
This is so cool. Now, are you guys, so that was like an infill project, like I was talking about.
Yep.
Is there a lot of property here that's where you can kind of see the potential of, so there's still places
that could develop, yep.
And it's not going to harm anything.
No.
You're still.
I went to Catholic grade school. A lot of the kids were from Ellicottville, so I got to know Ellicottville, and then in high school you started the ski lessons and coming up here and skiing, and then we lived in the country south of here. Then we moved to Lake Placid, lived there, and we came home on occasions. And then that's where I got interested in real estate, though. As soon as we moved back, I got my license. Yes, in '81.
Who were you selling for at the time?
At that time was Ye Old Town and Country Realty, one of the largest and most prominent real estate companies in this area.
Really?
Yeah.
So how long did you do that for?
Since '81.
Since '81.
So,
Yeah.
you've been
'81, yeah.
You've been in various offices since then and had your
into
own.
the '90s, and I opened up my own office in the early '90s
You did.
for almost 10 years,
Wow.
and then decided a lot of people don't work like me,
Yes.
and it was hard to take. So bingo, Patty and I started talking again, and we merged our companies.
You did. That's awesome.
And we're just good friends ever since. And things happened, and Melanie got her license and would come down weekends, work with me.
Yep.
You
I would
did?
help her.
Or help
Even
me.
when I was doing television and radio, I would come down and help her on weekends or when she'd go on vacation. So I
Yes.
could
She
do
would,
showings for her and
Yeah.
whatnot. But then in '08, I just quit Channel 7 and from one day to the next came down here and was working real estate full time.
Did she call you? Did you call her before you were about to?
Well, I gave him a month notice, so I didn't quite.
It wasn't.
Yeah. Well, with the Zillow, we're the only ones, or well, I don't know if we're the only ones. I think we are. We have the special camera to do 360-degree videos that are right through Zillow. We do that, and the 2-minute walkthrough videos.
it's kind of not we, it's she does that.
We spend so much time.
People don't realize how much time you spend on.
No.
It's-
The photography, the back end stuff,
It's
the
like
paperwork,
this.
the photography.
And we're here. I mean, the 9 to 5 is not the real estate life
No,
at all.
it's more like
9 to 9.
9 to 9, 6 to 9.
Yeah. It's like
Yeah.
The nature of our location, our office being in this primarily resort town, is you do get a lot of things on the fly. You know, people walk in, they say they want to see something, out you go. You know, you just never know.
It's fine.